I am going to teach pneumonia. Pneumonia is defined as acute inflammation of the lung parenchyma distal to the terminal bronchioles. The term pneumonia and pneumonitis are often used synonymously for inflammation of the lungs, while consolidation is the term used for gross and radiologic appearance of the lungs in pneumonia. Pathogenesis of pneumonia: the microorganisms gain entry into the lungs by following routes: inhalation of the microbes, aspiration of organisms from nasopharynx or oropharynx. Hematogenous spread from a distant focus, direct spread from adjoining sites of infections. Normal lung is always free from bacteria due to presence of lung defense mechanism. Failure of defense and presence of predisposing factors leads to pneumonia. The conditions which cause failure of defense are altered consciousness, as in coma, head injury, seizures, and drug overdose; depressed cough reflex, as in old age, pain, thoracic surgery, weakness, malnutrition, etc. The another cause which leads to or predisposed to failure of defense is impaired mucociliary transport, as in immotile cilia syndrome and viral infections. Impaired alveolar macrophage functions also leads to impairment of defense mechanism, which is seen in cigarette smoking and hypoxia. Endobronchial obstruction due to any cause, as in cystic fibrosis, chronic bronchitis, also leads to impaired defense mechanism. And last but not the least cause of failure to defense is immunocompromised states of patient, is as in AIDS. Classification of pneumonias: the pneumonias are classified into several ways. These are: number one is on the basis of anatomic region of the lung parenchyma involved in pneumonias. These are traditionally classified into three main categories. Number one is lobar pneumonia, number two is bronchopneumonia or lobular pneumonia, and the third one is interstitial pneumonia. The second classification is based on clinical settings in which infection is acquired. Pneumonias are classified as community acquired infection, healthcare associated pneumonia including hospital acquired pneumonia, and ventilator associated pneumonias. The third category is based on etiology and pathogenesis of pneumonias, that is, pneumonia may be bacterial origin or may be of viral in origin, or pneumonias of other etiologies. Lobar pneumonia is acute bacterial infection of a part of lobe or entire lobe or even both the lobes or even both the lobes of both the lungs. Etiologically, the most common cause of lobar pneumonia is Streptococcus pneumoniae type 3, of which is most virulent. 90% cases of lobar pneumonia are due to Streptococcus pneumoniae. Other bacteria responsible for lobar pneumonia are Staph aureus, beta hemolytic streptococci, as in children after viral infections. Gram-negative aerobic bacteria like H. influenzae, Klebsiella pneumoniae, Pseudomonas, Proteus, and E. coli also contributes to lobar pneumonia. Morphological features of lobar pneumonia are divided into four stages. Number one is the stage of congestion, second is red hepatization, third is grey hepatization, and fourth is resolution phase. This is diagrammatic representation of all the four stages. This is congestion, this is red hepatization, grey hepatization, and resolution phase. The stage of congestion, this lasts for 1 to 2 days, and it is very early acute inflammatory response to bacterial infections. Grossly, the affected lobe is enlarged, heavy, dark red, and congested. Cut surface of the lung shows exudation of blood, stained frothy fluid. Histologically, typical features of acute inflammatory response to the organism are seen. This is these are dilated alveoli showing peripheral polymorphonuclear leukocytes and RBCs. These are widened septums, and this is edematous fluid. The edematous fluid is pale eosinophilic fluid in air spaces. A few red cells and neutrophils in the intra-alveolar fluid are seen. The stage of red hepatization, it lasts for 2 to 4 days. The term hepatization is derived from liver-like consistency of the affected lobe in cut section. Grossly, the affected lobe is red, firm and consolidated. The cut surface of the involved lobe is airless, red, pink, dry, granular and has liver-like consistency. The stage of red hepatization is accompanied by serofibrinous pleurisy. Histologically, these show presence of numerous neutrophils, RBCs and fibrin strands in between the alveoli. These fibrin strands gives the lung parenchyma liver-like consistency. The next stage is grey hepatization. This lasts for 4 to 8 weeks. Grossly, the affected lobe is firm and heavy. The cut surface is dry, granular and grey in appearance with liver-like consistency. The change in color from red to grey begins at the hilum and spreads towards the periphery. Fibrinous pleurisy is prominent. Histologically, the fibrin strands are dense and more numerous. The cellular exudates of neutrophils are reduced due to disintegration of many inflammatory cells as evidenced by their pycnotic nuclei. The red cells are also fewer. The macrophages begin to appear in the exudate, and the cellular exudate is often separated from the septal wall by a thin clear space. The organisms are less numerous and appears as degenerated forms. The last stage is resolution. The stage begins by 8th to 9th day if no chemotherapy is administered and is completed in 1 to 3 weeks. However, antibiotic therapy induces resolution on about 3rd day. Resolution proceeds in a progressive manner. Grossly, the previously solid fibrinous constituent is liquefied by enzymatic action, eventually restoring the normal aeration of the affected lobe. The process of softening begins centrally and spreads to the periphery. The cut surface is grey, red or dirty brown and frothy. Yellow and creamy fluid can be expressed on pressing. The pleural reaction may also show resolution but may undergo organization leading to fibrinous obliteration of pleural cavity. Histologically, the following features are noted. Macrophages are prominent cells in the alveolar spaces, while neutrophils diminish in number. Many of the macrophages contains engulfed neutrophils and debris. Granular and fragmented strands of fibrin in the alveolar spaces are seen due to progress. There is progressive removal of fluid content as well as cellular exudate from the air spaces, partly by expectoration but mainly by lymphatics, resulting in restoration of normal lung parenchyma with aeration. Complications of pneumonia includes organization, which is bound to happen in 25% of cases, which gives lungs a solidified feature which is known as consolidation. The second one is pleural effusion and empyema and lung abscess if patient does not respond to antibiotic therapy. And last is metastatic infection. The infection from lung may go to anywhere in the body and it can lead to septicemia in patients. The clinical features include shaking, chills, fever with malaise, pleuritic chest pain, cough and dyspnea. Cough is usually productive of sputum which is purulent in nature, tachypnea and sometimes cyanosis, neutrophilia, and consolidation is seen in X-ray chest. Thank you.